Hey, what's up guys? Sean back with another video and the 10 most awkward moments from 90 Day Fiancé. So, my only knowledge of 90 Day Fiancé is that clip I've watched with Big Ed and I made a video on. But I think that I'm kind of a reality TV or a dating show expert at this point. I mean, I've watched like 22 whole episodes of My 600-Pound Life. I think I got this down packed. Like, I figured this out. So we're going to get into the 10 most awkward moments. And hopefully it's good. Because, man, these dating shows, Too Hot to Handle, Love at First Sight, all them, they're pretty nuts. But I'm a guy, so I don't watch very much of them. But let's check out the most awkward ones.
Don't touch the window. Because you have to clean them, man.
The couples in this series have 3 months to tie the knot, or face one of them leaving the country. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 most awkward moments from 90 Day Fiancé.
Like, I'm a student, but my parents are worried about inheritance because my family, without question, has more money than his.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the
So how old was that first guy? Because she looked like she was like 17. And that guy had to be every bit of like 50. So that's just, we don't touch the windows, honey. Yeah, don't eat glue either. Like, you might have to tell her that.
moments on the American documentary series and its spin-offs that were painfully awkward to watch. With the more socially faux pas, weird, and uncomfortable, the better.
You know, just
There's
try to be
spin-offs.
like Moroccan people just for 1 month.
I'm not Moroccan.
I know, but try to, because
Why do you want me to be Moroccan?
Number 10. Meeting the in-laws.
Excited.
She exists.
I'm real, so finally I'm here.
Finally,
It's nice to meet you.
Meeting the in-laws for the first time is always an awkward experience, but this moment would take one of the top prizes. Kicking off the dinner with a casual joke about how they'd warned their son not to run off, fall in love with some girl and bring her home. Whoops. Russ's parents immediately set the scene for some uncomfortable tension.
The joke was when he first left was, don't go down there and fall in love and, bring a girl back home. And sure enough, he does.
Paola's discomfort
Isn't that why he went down there? Like, is this guy a passport bro? I don't know. Is that his thing? Like, does he just go to other countries? Like those guys that go to Taiwan and try to get a little extra massage or something and they end up coming back with a wife? Or somebody pregnant? I thought that was the whole point of this show, was people from abroad try to date you. Like, it's hardly ever anyone in the U.S., right? Like, two people from the U.S., it's always someone from somewhere else? That was my understanding.
with the whole situation, from her tight smile and unwillingness to really make conversation to Russ watching her like a hawk at her side, is very clear. This is one family dinner they probably wouldn't want to repeat.
They're really nice. I just want to say they're really nice, but I want my own space.
Number 9. Narkia gets catfished.
I don't want to date a guy in this area because the guys
You gotta be careful, man. They even got catfish on My 600-Pound Life. Because, what's her name? Ashley? She might have got catfished by that chick. She said she had 3,000 damn profiles. Who knows who she's trying to get? 90 Day Fiancé? It seems like a good target to me.
in this area are on.
In the world of cyber love affairs, it pays to be cautious of anyone who seems too good to be true.
That guy's a friggin' Ravens running back, isn't he? That's not a real dude. Duh, you're getting catfished.
Especially if they pulled the tried and true Nigerian prince tagline.
He also told me he was living in Alabama. He had a son, and that his son's mother had passed away.
After this couple met in an online
Nigerian prince. He looked like Eddie Murphy from what's that movie, Coming to America. Like, that was very obviously not an actual Nigerian prince.
group for plus-sized women, Narkia finds another social media profile of her fiancé's that he hadn't told her about, and it gets her spidey senses tingling. She then finds photos of Alulowo's
Got
son
something tingling.
with another woman that he had told her had passed away. At the end of the day, Narkia is left with no choice but to come to the conclusion that she's been catfished. Oops.
And I'm just over here stressing and not knowing what's going on.
I'm not gonna do nothing. You trust me?
Number 8. Chantel versus the future
Wait,
mother-in-law.
wait. Was she just sitting there looking at just a picture and talking? Also, the last person you think you ever have to worry about is somebody that's supposedly dead. Hold on, let me see this. Is this just a picture she's talking to? Because that's a whole nother level of sad.
And not knowing what's going on.
You know I'm not gonna do nothing.
No, it's moving. That's one of those AI ones. Damn, you fell for that? I mean, I got an investment for you if you're falling for that. Crypto Zoo, baby, to the moon, you know? Logan Paul.
Trust me.
Number 8. Chantel versus the future mother-in-law.
He shares a little too much with his family, and he should keep our private business private.
Here's another run-in with the in-laws. The news that Chantel's parents wanted her to sign a prenup with Pedro was awkward enough, but his mother's reaction to the news was even more cringeworthy.
Estúpido, porque tú tienes mucho valor, demasiado valor. Ella es afortunada.
Speaking lightning-fast Spanish,
Well, what's the problem? If she wants a prenup, he has his own money, supposedly more money, then there should be no issue there, unless there's an issue there because you really don't have that kind of money. I don't see any problem with keeping, like, your finances separate if that works out better.
and going off about the stupid Americans with Chantel right there listening. Pedro's mother makes her feelings about the situation with Chantel's parents well known, with little regard for her future daughter-in-law's feelings. Watching Chantel sit quietly and listen when it was obvious she was upset was difficult, especially as she never actually comes back with a reply until the FaceTime call is over.
I don't need that in my life, and if I'm gonna be calling her my mother-in-law, she's gonna have to calm down.
Number 7. Do you really love him?
Seriously, you're gonna tell me that this isn't a big problem?
Red flag anybody? When questioned about her feelings for her fiancé Matt, Ala is brutally honest in saying she's not really sure if she loves him yet, but
Also, what is it with them dating people that look like teenagers on this show? That's the weird thing. Like, okay, when it's older women dating younger guys, maybe because I'm just a guy, it doesn't feel like that weird to me. But when it's a much older guy with a younger woman, something about that just kind of weirds me out. Just because, like, mentally, I know that I got nothing in common with, like, a 19-year-old chick or however old they are. You just can't be on the same level maturity-wise. Even though I'm immature as hell, I just know we're not going to have anything in common, like behind closed doors, besides something, but we're not going to be on the same mental wavelength.
is still completely okay with marrying him.
And you don't love him?
I don't know.
But you're getting married anyway.
Obviously
Right?
blown away, and one of the more rational people in the room, Matt's friend tries to coax some reasoning out of the Ukrainian bride-to-be to no avail.
Okay, so she's Ukrainian. She's from a war-torn part of the world right now. Obviously, she's trying to get out. I'm not going to fault her for that. At this point, people from Ukraine will probably just marry whoever just to kind of get out. So that makes sense. She's not doing anything wrong. She could just kind of like you a little bit. You bought her like McDonald's once. She'll probably marry you.
With Matt himself and another female friend sitting in silence, this awkward interrogation made for a pretty significant hiccup in the future of Matt and Ala's relationship.
I've got to know that you're here for him in order for me to...
What else could she possibly say? She said this 5 times already.
But you're getting hoodwinked. It's... whatever.
Number 6. Nikki's airport arrival.
This is the happiest day of my life. I mean, I'm crying, but it's the happiest day of my life.
With an age difference that was already making audiences
Oh, shut up. It's that bad? 39 years? No. I don't think... He's probably got kids. Oh, shit, and he's from Baltimore. I was just in Baltimore earlier. Okay, I might have ran past this guy a couple times. He might have been, like, sitting outside the preschool trying to find the next one.
cringe, 19 versus 58, the way Mark behaved once he picked Nikki up from the airport was weird from the start. When she placed her hand on the window of his car and apparently
I just drove right through there. Holy shit, I was literally there where he's driving like an hour and a half ago.
left fingerprints. Mark wasted no time in telling her it wasn't allowed.
That's not allowed. No, that was one of the rules when my children were...
Really?
They never touch the window, because it's...
So I'm not allowed to touch the window?
You don't touch the window.
To make matters even creepier, he tells
Yep, there's $4.95 right there. I thought that's where he was. I was just there, and $6.95. Don't touch... I don't know. It kind of feels like he's fathering more than dating. That's why this was going to get weird. I knew it was going to get weird here somehow.
tells her that it was one of the rules when his children were young, that they couldn't touch the windows, reprimanding her for messing with his happiness.
Or play with
the
sharp
last time
things.
we checked, he was her fiancé, not her father.
You're weird.
I know.
You're always weird.
I'm
baby.
always weird.
Number 5. George's money confession.
So you're basically saying that you're just dating me because I can buy you things?
Yes.
I could have told you that without her ever answering it, but alright, buddy.
What's worse, marrying someone only for money or telling someone you're a millionaire to get them to marry you? Either way, when the truth finally surfaced in this ugly situation, it wasn't received well. A couple that had their issues long before they said I do, George finally dropped the news on his wife that not only was he not a millionaire, but he also was in debt. Needless to say,
So he lied about being a millionaire? Baby, you better say hello to cubic zirconium real friggin' quick, because them rings were way too damn... You guys got so mad at me for the My 600 Pound Life because I was making fun of the guy for buying a cheap ring. Like, I get it, it's the thought that counts, but I also had a fever that day. Like, I've found out much more mean to men when I have a fever. I just kind of go in on them for some reason. I don't know why.
the notoriously hot-tempered
target, I guess?
Anfisa wasn't happy.
Why do you bring your fiancé from abroad and getting married when you're in debt, when you don't have your together?
Dragging him over the coals for lying to her about being able to fund her expensive tastes. This was a situation that dropped jaws the moment it aired.
Business doesn't go well. What do you want me to do?
Business never went well. You just lied to me. When I
How
was
do
in
you
Russia, you
know?
were lying
How
to me.
do you know?
Don't interrupt me.
Better say goodbye to Gucci, hello to Dollar Tray.
Number 4. Aziza and Mike's bedroom roadblock.
Puppy.
But 90 days is flying by, and our sex life is still at a standstill.
This was the elephant in the room. With this conversation happening over the folding of laundry, and Aziza doing everything she could to avoid eye contact, had audiences cringing in their seats.
I think we need to wait with sex.
Oh, he did not want to hear that. Another one that looks like a kid. And I saw this guy on 60 Days In. I like, either is that guy or this guy was on Locked Up Abroad or something. Like, I've seen him on another TV show, though. I know I have.
We were supposed to do it as soon as you got here.
Yeah.
After saying she wanted to wait a little longer before she and Mike consummated their relationship, Aziza's reluctance to pursue the subject and Mike's persistence put everyone on edge. Then there was a creepy half-smile he kept on his face the whole time, as well as his enthusiasm about one day having kids. Perhaps Mike needs to be reminded of the virtue of patience.
Aziza may be a little more uptight than some American women. I think that, you know, she...
I don't think so. I think the little horny half smile is doing her in. And at the same time, probably just not that damn into you. She's over there, she's got what she wanted, she's here. And now you gotta wait, because if you get the goods before the deal's signed, like, you could back out of this thing. So now she just kind of gotta play hard to get. So yeah, keep doing your thing. He'll marry you alright, because Buddy's only worried about one thing.
She's just still worried about our sexual relationship. I hope she becomes a lot more comfortable.
Number 3. Azan tells Nicole to work out.
You're gonna miss the dessert?
No.
Azan made his feelings about Nicole's body known from the day she landed. However, the way he went about trying to persuade her to get in a bit better shape was not exactly the greatest idea, as she struggled.
Yeah, sand and fat people, we don't go together too well. It's a lot harder to walk in. And at the same time, like, sand gets in everywhere, every little crease or whatever. So, unless you want to play Enter Sandman to your coochie or something, she might not want to crawl up that little hill or whatever, the sand dunes.
Up a sand dune in the middle of the desert, he urged her on by telling her how lazy she was and how she needed to work out more.
Okay, 1 second.
He followed this up by telling the cameras that he didn't think she was healthy, which isn't something your partner should be telling you, at least not so bluntly. Encouraging your fiancé to pursue health is one thing, but straight up telling them they're lazy is beyond rude.
I mean, she's not the most unhealthy I've ever seen, but at the same time, like, there wasn't no hiding it exactly. I don't think you guys can filter it, like, in like that. You can do the filter, make all this shine and glisten and whatever, but you're gonna know she's overweight, right? Just like, he's a fit dude. If that's what he's looking for, you might have signed up for the wrong deal here, partner.
Almost do it, Lisa. Oh my God.
Should do it though.
Number 2, Mohammed doesn't hold back.
I was expecting like way much better than I found out when I came here.
This was one couple that had a pretty significant history of issues. In the season 1 finale of the spin-off 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Mohammed and Danielle were questioned on their troubles between the sheets during the couple's tell-all segment.
Screaming in front of her teenagers, I want my sex tonight. If you don't give me my sex tonight, I will call the immigration. I will get you deported.
The interview went from...
It's all about that immigration intimacy, am I right? And also, I mean, if you're an older lady and you sign on for a younger guy, I'm gonna guess you're there for one thing and one thing only. And it's not the riveting conversation. Like, she's trying to find somebody that'll knock the dust off that thing. That's supposed to be you, buddy. So get to work.
Casual to cringy in a heartbeat, with Mohammed opening up about the issues Danielle had and some of her wilder past behavior. Between name-calling, accusation, and the stunned looks on the faces of all the other couples present, this interview was shocking in more ways than one.
Thank you very much for...
If you're asking me, like, why I'm not having sex with her, then you put it out there. I have to explain it.
You know, all right.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What is the problem?
You couldn't make a statement here and you took off and you did it! You just left!
And Fisa got mad at me because I left.
No, return to sender on that one. You're not rich, you ain't got the money to deal with that kind of problem, and at the same time, this chick's got bougie, like, she just wants expensive stuff, and she's gonna scream at you when you leave? You might want to press the eject button on this jet real quick.
Left her and I tried to go see the lawyer alone.
That was nice of you. That shows how really you are.
You walked away from me.
Yeah.
I'm here trying to talk to you.
You know, it's just because I'm better than you. I don't do it back to you.
You're a user, Mohammed. You used me.
I mean, you used him too. You're just because he wasn't giving you what you wanted to use him for. Like, these are mutually beneficial things. They both want something from this deal. Like, it's got to work out for both of you.
Number 1.
You gotta hit the sand dunes a couple more times before you can hug him in public. But at the same time, that's just a cultural thing. Like, that's never gonna work. Public displays of affection, that's not my thing either. I don't really like it. But for him, I bet it's like totally different how serious it is. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Indian culture like that, they just don't do it.
Awkward silence.
Did you regret etching the word idiot into the car? Why not?
Do the Emmys have a category for most awkward moment? During yet another revealing tell-all episode, the infamous Anfisa was questioned about some of her wilder antics. When asked if she felt any remorse for keying the word idiot into the side of George's car.
So much for Dolce & Gabbana now. You gotta pay for a detail job. Why would you do that? That's your money going down the drain too. You ain't getting nothing nice now. He's gotta pay to fix that.
Anfisa proceeded to kickstart the longest awkward pause in the history of recorded TV. Complete with everything but the crickets in the background, the studio went silent for what felt like hours before she finally attempted to defend herself, storming out shortly afterwards. Audiences could practically feel the awkward.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Do you agree
Chaser
with our picks?
millionaire.
Check out these other great clips from Ms.
Alright, well, that's the 10 most awkward moments from 90 Day Fiancé and all these relationships that are just doomed from the start that I knew absolutely nothing about. But the only one isn't Big Ed's this show, right? He's 90 Day Fiancé, I think. He didn't make it in any of these? That's kind of crazy, but a lot of these just pretty effed up, man. None of these are going to go good. I don't think any of these relationships actually ended well. You guys will have to tell me in the comments if any actually did. But alright, leave a like, leave a comment. I'll see ya. Bye.